Back in 2021, I built this DIY trading system, not using any fancy tools or automation, just a Google Sheet, set of simple rules, and patience to follow them. The thing is, I'm not from finance background, and when I started this, I had zero experience in stock markets. But that's exactly why I started this experiment. I wanted to see, can a regular person build a rule based trading system, a one that actually works, and maybe can even beat the markets. Now I know what you might be thinking. How is it possible without sitting in front of the screen all day? And honestly, I thought the same. But then I gave myself one more condition. I will check it just once in a month, and that too not more than 10 minutes. That's it. And now it's been more than 4 years. I have made 150 trades, and 5 of them became multibaggers. And my portfolio returns around 35% per year based on XIRR. All this with 0 rupees spent on any paid tools, advisory, or any software. Sounds too good to be true. Even I was surprised. So I thought maybe it's time to share the full story with you. So in this video, I will show you how this trading system actually worked, what helped me, where I went wrong, and few unexpected results. As always, this is not a financial advice. This is for sure not a shortcut to get rich. I'm not selling anything here. This is purely my personal experience. Maybe this will give you something useful to think about. Before I show you my actual numbers, let me quickly explain how this system worked. See, it was a monthly rebalancing strategy. So, no daily or weekly tracking. I would just check my Google Sheet once in a month. That's it. And based on set of rules that I already defined, I would buy and sell certain stocks. Now here is the twist. I always had 20 stocks at any given point and all stocks in equal proportion. So no guessing, no overthinking. Also, there was no fundamental analysis, no technical charts, or no candlestick patterns. Just a rule based trading system inside a simple Google Sheet. That's it. And you won't believe, once I had everything in place, the whole monthly rebalancing process just took me hardly 5 minutes. Now let us look at the actual numbers. So over these last 4 years, I executed total of 150 trades. That's roughly 3 to 4 trades per month. And out of these 150 trades, 88 trades were ended in profit and 62 were in loss. So that is about 60% win rate. But this is where it gets more interesting. On an average, my profitable trades gave me 37% return, and my loss making trades only lost around 10%. So even though my 60% trades ended in profit, the risk to reward ratio was 1 is to 3.7, which is pretty solid. So here you can see how my profits were distributed. A few trades on the right side gave me extraordinary high returns, while many gave me moderate profits or even some losses. So later, when I studied this more, I found out this kind of a distribution is actually very common in such trading systems. A handful of big winners carry the whole portfolio returns, while the rest just balances the losses. Now let's talk about the multi-bagger trades. I was very lucky to get 5 trades that gave me more than 100% returns. The best one gave me a profit of 318%, that is more than 4x returns. I bought it at 122 and exited around 510. And here is the funny part. Just after buying, you can see the stock price fell by some percent. But my system did not give me the sell signal. So I continued. And that one decision made a huge difference in the long run. That is when I realized the power of following simple rules, even when it feels uncomfortable. Another one was REC Limited. I think it's a Rural Electrification Corporation. This trade gave me almost 4x returns. And to be honest, I was not aware about this stock when I bought it. So sometimes the system automatically finds such winners, so even if we don't know the story behind them. Then there was Indian Railway Finance Corporation, which gave me over 200%. Next one is Dixon Technologies, again more than 100% profit. And finally the Trent Limited, which is almost close to 100% return. Now you might have already noticed something, that the system was never buying at the perfect bottom, or it was not selling at the perfect top, and it was not designed to do that. It is just aimed to catch the middle chunk of the move, and that is more than enough. And of course, not everything went perfect. I had some bad trades as well. So let us look at my top 3 losing trades. My biggest loss was in Adani Total Gas Limited. I had entered this trade at around 1600, then that stock went up to even 4000. So at that point, this looked like an another multibagger back then. But then came that Hindenburg news and stock went into lower circuits. My system did not react to the news because it wasn't built on any fundamental indicators. So I just waited patiently to get the sell signal from the system, and by then I could only exit at around 928 with a loss of 43%. Another one was Emphasis Limited with around 36% loss, and then Trident Limited, which I bought at 55 and had to sell around 36. Again, 36% down. Now, just to clarify, in this system, there was no averaging when stock went down, and there was no stop loss as well. But even with all these losing trades, if we calculate the overall portfolio returns using XIRR, the system gave me around 35% annual returns over these last 4 years. So, just for the context, Nifty 50 gave around 23% during the same time period. So, this strategy generated around 12% extra return. That is what we call alpha. And to be honest, for something that takes just a 5 minutes per month, that 12% excess returns over Nifty felt really satisfying. Oh, and one more thing. If you are interested to know how to calculate your own portfolio XIRR returns and compare it with Nifty XIRR returns as I did, I have made a separate video just on that. Because we often look at our absolute returns in our portfolio in our app and feel happy or sad based on that number. But unless you first evaluate your portfolio XIRR returns and compare it with Nifty for the same time period, that individual number really has zero meaning. So, if you want to know whether your portfolio is actually doing better than the market, then check out that video. I will paste the link below. Coming back to our trading system performance, one quick thing on taxes. So, around 60% of the profits I generated were in the form of long term capital gains. So, which means I held those stocks for more than 1 year. Even though this was by definition a trading system, it did not lead to too much of a churning or a frequent exits. That was all about performance side of my DIY trading system. Not magical, not perfect, but yes, it's practical, rule based, and surprisingly effective, at least for me. So now that we have seen the performance part, let me quickly share what I really liked about the system, which you should know, and what I don't like about the system, which you must know, because no system is perfect, right? So let's start with the good side. So first thing, this was ridiculously low effort. Like I said earlier, once the rules and my Google Sheet were set, it hardly took me 5 minutes a month. So no daily checking, no stress from market noise, no need to follow any global cues or news headlines. Just open my Google Sheet once in a month, make the trades and move on. Second, it was totally 100% rule based. So no guessing, no gut feeling, everything was clear. When to buy, when to sell, how much to invest. So there was no last minute confusion or second thoughts. Now hold on and compare that with any other stock picking methods like fundamental or technical analysis, where you put lot of efforts in analyzing balance sheets, decoding patterns. This system was super low efforts. Third thing, it was 100% transparent because it followed a fixed rules, and I could always look back and understand exactly why a particular trade was taken. That actually made very easy to review and learn, and more importantly it made the whole process less emotional. But now coming to the challenging part, the first one, it needs serious discipline. And I don't mean just try your best types, I mean sticking to the rules blindly even when a particular stock looks tempting or scary. So let's say if I had taken even a few trades outside the system, maybe manually or based on some news, the chances are the whole system would have gone off the track. It is not buy and forget, but more like a buy and follow the system like a robot. Now, second thing, there was no stop losses. Now, this can sound bit dangerous and counterintuitive at the same time, right? Like if stock falls by 20%, I had to hold it until system gave an exit. Sometimes that actually helped, like in one of the multi-bagger case we discussed. There were cases where it hurt. So yeah, overall, the system was far from perfect, but for something that is rule-based, low effort and consistent, I feel it really worked for me. And more than the returns, I learned how important it is just to stick to a plan without any overthinking. But beyond all that, there were few things that actually surprised me. I never expected system to catch five multi-bagger trades, and that too just by following simple rules, no research, no deep analysis. And the funny thing was, some names were so unfamiliar, still they gave me 2x or even 3x returns. Maybe you don't always need to look smart in the market. You just need to follow a process that works. This has been my journey of running a DIY trading system for last 4 years. 150 trades, some clear wins, some painful losses, and few nice surprises in between. Honestly, when I started it, it was more like a personal experiment. No background in finance, no fancy tools, just wanted to see if something systematic can work without too much of a time or stress. But now, when I look back, more than just the returns or the profits, what I really got was confidence. Confidence that even a regular person with a proper setup and a bit of a consistency can actually manage money in a sensible way. And to me, that's what makes this whole thing fun. Not just the returns, but the learning to trust your own system and doing it at my own pace. If you're interested in this kind of a DIY setup, then let me know your thoughts, feedbacks in the comments. In the next video, I will walk you through the exact setup, how I used Google Sheets and execution part without any fancy tools. And after that, we'll go even deeper into the actual logic behind this strategy and even backtesting part. Thank you for watching.